In 1970, I came here as a consultant. I used to be at Arbonne National Lab. And I'm sure many of you will remember combustion engineers. And they had a subsidiary called Air Preheater Corporation. Anybody know about Air Preheater? In Wellsville, New York. Well, I used to specialize earlier in aerospace, in fracture mechanics and reliability of aircraft. And then I went into nuclear reliability and basically pretty hardcore stuff at Arbonne National Lab on the fast breeder reactor program. So Air Preheater contacted me because they had a problem. They had a trunnion failure in one of the air preheaters in the TVA plant. So they asked if I'd come take a look at it, and a big lawsuit was pending because it cost $1 million to keep the whole unit down. So I flew into Wellsville and then talked to then their president, Tom Cunningham. We flew over to Chattanooga. And I hate to say this, but I have to tell you the truth. We were going through some tracks, you know, and pretty rough country, and you remember how the air was and how much pollution and how much pretty hardcore industry there was. And I said to myself, I kind of talked to Tom aside and I said, Tom, I feel sorry for the people who have to live in a place like this. And look at the difference today. I've been here since 1986 and I love it. And I think it's the best place to grow up. And my children and my grandkids came back after going out of the country. So you can see the transformation we have come across. So I wanted to share that with you. I was here at the club several years ago too, talking about nuclear reactor safety. That was about 15 years ago. So today I'm going to talk about a totally different subject. It's to do with action. You know, we talk about leadership and ethics, we teach that, but when you go down into looking at where the cause, the impetus, and where the motivation for leadership comes from, it comes basically from action. So what we've been doing at the university is researching for the last 15 years the whole idea of action. And I'm going to talk to you about that and how it applies to leadership and how you integrate it with ethics. Essentially, we are engineers, so we've developed a system by which you can apply. It's like, you can call it a framework. You know, you have a system for Six Sigma. This is in the southern Indian Ocean off the coast of Kerala. And all the pictures I have used are from my own trips. And just a few of them. So this is the sunset. Anyway, even though we're going to talk about how to integrate technology with ethics, and I'll define those terms for you, we are basically going to focus on the 4 principles. All you need to take away from this talk today is what are these 4 principles, and then think about them and see how they fit in terms of your knowledge and your concept of your life. And what I would like to challenge you to think in terms of these principles basically cover every action in your life, whether it's an action with your personal situation or in a business or in a corporation. They apply to individuals as well as corporations. So think in those. So here is an outline of today's discussion. We'll define the terms in the first 3 slides, then we'll focus on 4 principles, and we'll talk about this software we have developed over the years, where you can actually play this game and based on these principles and come up with all kinds of answers. And it's a learning tool because you can figure out, hey, did I answer like a leader or did I answer like a trustee? And I can give you brief definitions of that too. I've brought here 4 of my books to share with you, and Joe told me we'll do a little drawing at the conclusion of the program, and there'll be 4 winners, I guess. But the whole idea of this plan is that everybody can be a winner. I have invited some students, and we'll put this lecture up online for our students to be recording it, right, Venkat? So that we can share with them. And this morning, I always tell people, you know, you've all heard of quality improvement and about Deming. And most of you know about Kaizen, continuous quality improvement. So I said there is really no end in purposeful action. Action should constantly be improved. So here is an example from this morning. While I was in the shower, I was saying, I want to sit down and make sure that I say something of interest to this audience. As you know, I'm a fill-in here. No egos were bruised here. Joe called me and said we had a cancellation to come and talk. Well, if my purpose is to share my information, it doesn't matter whether I got on the list for January or July, or whether I came today. But I did have a challenge because I had to capture your interest and do justice to your time. So in the shower today, I said, what's the most important project I can apply this or illustrate the application of what I'm going to say? And it came to mind that Volkswagen is what interests a lot of people because it impacts us. Anything major impacts us. So I went to the website, pulled out the sheet. It's pretty poor res, but I just got it on the website this morning. And we'll apply it or we'll refer to it as we go along. And you can sort of mentally apply it for, to your company, for example. So what is purposeful action? It's a series of events or actions. Every action has its elements, and we'll break it down later. And purposeful action means it should have a purpose that you really believe in, and it should help others. Well, what's the point in setting up a business if sole purpose is making money? I understand the need to make money, and I'm driven by that need as well as all of you. But the question is between need and greed, and you have to go beyond that. If you have a purpose as an organization, getting people together, their purpose is to improve the travel, improve communication between people. So that slogan usually expresses a corporation's vision and an individual's vision, So whatever you have. So it's very important that that purpose be from within. Not because, hey, Joe did this, so I got to do it, Joe's successful, I want to make money, so I'll mimic Joe. That's not very good. I'm not going to read the slides because I'm sure you're all capable of reading them. These are here just to trigger your thoughts. So what is purposeful leadership? It's basically another form of action. If you apply purposeful action to leadership, it becomes purposeful leadership. If you apply it to entrepreneurship, it becomes purposeful entrepreneurship. And basically, you know most of this, but there are a lot of meaning to these words, dreamers, Martin Luther King, I have a dream. Kennedy, put a man on the moon. Mahatma Gandhi, freedom for the people of India, example. Those are the big dreams. Dreams is something abstract, something very desirable. It's a condition of the future. They are doers. They all marched, or they did whatever they had to get the job done. And they are great communicators. They tell stories about why and how. That's how you get a common vision. And a guy by the name of Greenfield, I think he used to be HR guy for one of the large corporates, either AT&T, probably a different corporation. He wrote The Servant